welcome everybody this morning. And enjoying the springtime weather, and we have some springtime related announcements. So I want to begin with John Schneider from LACNIP, Lima Allen County Neighborhoods in Partnership, who has an announcement about Saturday's Ottawa River Clean Up. John, good morning.
Morning. Thank you. On Saturday, April 23rd, we're having the annual Ottawa River Clean Up. This is sponsored by a variety of organizations, collaboration with Lima Allen County Neighbors in Partnership, neighborhood associations, also Allen Soil and Water Organization, the Keep Allen County Beautiful, and the Ottawa River Coalition, plus various religious groups and civic organizations, youth groups, and so forth. So the idea is to have as many people as we can to be involved in removing debris and trash from the Ottawa River. This improves the sanitation of our community and just the beauty of our community. This is also an opportunity for us to make a statement about that we take pride in our community, and we want to be people to think of the Ottawa River as a place of cleanliness and of health and a place for exercise and recreation. This starts at 9 a.m. on Saturday the 23rd. Registration will begin at that time. People can pre-register if they wish. People will have maps about what part of the river they can avail themselves of. We'll have gloves will be available for people. We'll also have T-shirts they can supporting the Ottawa River Cleanup, and then we'll also have goggles for people and various things and trash bags. So we'll have gloves, we'll have maps, we'll have trash bags, we'll have whatever is needed for people to pick up trash. And then after the cleanup, then we'll have a light lunch for the people. So this is an opportunity to improve the beauty and the sanitation of our community, and it's really a fun event. This actually is fun to participate in this, as various groups are collaborating to indicate pride in their community. That's 9 a.m. Registration's at the Red Cross on Saturday the 23rd. Thank you very much.
Thanks, we all know that throughout the winter months, trash tends to blow and accumulate in various places, and this is the first of the cleanup activities that the community engages in to really dress things up for the summertime. And so we appreciate all the volunteers. Generally, there's a couple hundred folks that show up and pitch in, and it's not just in the city, it's the extent of the Ottawa River that can be reached with whoever shows up. And it goes, I think, sometimes 8-9 miles on both sides, and so we do need literally hundreds of hands to help make that happen. So it's children and adults can all pitch in. So thank you, John. Also today, in that theme of springtime, today we want to also call attention to Arbor Day. We want to do that in a couple of ways, and Jane Higbie is here from the Allen Soil and Water, as well as Rick Stolley from the city's Parks and Rec and Urban Forest Council. So if you want to come up and make your announcements, and I do have a proclamation that I'll issue.
Terrific, yes, come on, Jane. As you all know, Arbor Day is fast approaching, and members of the Urban Forest Council with the City of Lima, through our Parks and Recreation Division, is pleased to announce this year's Arbor Day tree planting ceremony will take place Friday, which April 29th. Arbor Day is celebrated in Ohio on the last Friday of April. So this year it's Friday, April 29th. We're going to be at St. Gerard School. As many of you know, we've gone around to different schools over the last 8-10 years. Last year we were at Independence. Year before that, I believe we were at South Middle School. And so we're getting out and about to all the schools and involving the students at the schools in a little education about trees and, of course, Arbor Day. So, again, Friday, April 29th, 10 a.m. at St. Gerard School for this year's Arbor Day planting ceremony. With that, we have been working with Allen Soil and Water and the City of Lima, of course, and Parks and Recreation. We've formed a nice little partnership, and Jane Higbie is here to kind of kick off a rebate program that we're working on to help benefit planting of trees here in the City of Lima. So Jane, if you want to give us a little update on our pilot program or our program with that.
Good morning. In conjunction with Arbor Day this year, we've been working, like Rick said, to start a City of Lima tree rebate program. What that means is if you live in the City of Lima and you'd like to plant a tree in your yard, you could be entitled to a 50% rebate of the cost of that tree to be planted in your yard. What you need to do is contact me to have an initial contact that you're interested. We do have an approved tree list. We have 10 trees that we're going to start with this year, see how that goes. So you would contact me. We have two inspectors who will come out to your house and kind of like talk with you about maybe your choices, where you want to put it. Our goal is to ensure that the trees will be, long-lived trees. So they're going to come out and do some education with all the homeowners. Once you have that done, then we're going to give, once you purchase your tree that you guys have agreed upon, then you would send me your rebate form, and then another set of inspectors will come out to inspect that you actually planted the tree where you said that you would, and we'll, kind of check in with you and again provide some more homeowner education. Our goal is to increase, obviously, tree plantings in the city. Trees are an amazing thing to have on your property. We're doing this in conjunction with the City of Lima. This program is being funded by the City of Lima Stormwater Department. And the goal of that, of course, is to help with the stormwater runoff in the city and just to increase everyone's, property value and things like that. So,
You want to describe the approved tree list?
do you want me to read it off? Or?
Sure.
Okay. Right now we have 10, and our goal is every year to have another 10. We had a lot of discussion about how to do this. And so to kind of, I guess, somewhat control the quality and the species, we're going to kind of start with this 10 next year, then we're going to add 10 more. So this year we're going to do American Princeton elm, bur oak, eastern redbud, ginkgos in the male variety, Kentucky coffee, London plane, thornless honey locust, silver linden, swamp white oak, and tulip trees. So that's what we're going to start with. And, we have, basically it's funds are limited, so once the money runs out, they're going to be gone. So if you're interested in this program, you need to contact us as soon as possible. It'll be from May 1st through the end of November. But, once the funding is gone, then it's just first come, first serve. So if you are someone that lives in the city and you want to plant a tree in your residential property, one of these trees, then give us a call and we can start the process and help you with that program.
And is there a diameter of tree that you're?
Yes, thank you. It's 1.5 inch to 3 inch is our range. So if you buy the right tree and you buy the right species and you do the right things, you can get a 50%. I know, those average trees are around $300. So, as a homeowner, if you're willing to invest that money and get half that back, that's a pretty good return on your investment for your property. Anything else? Okay.
It is about right tree in right place.
Yes, and that's what our we actually have kind of a two-team. We have like a consultation team, and then we have an inspector team. So the consultation team will come out, and they're going to, basically try to help you. You don't want to plant a tree next to your house, and then, 5 years you're going to have issues with roots and, sewer and things like that. So they're going to help you try to figure out, what tree works best for your yard and in your situation. And that's just, our goal is to have, long-lived trees, not have a tree that you plant that dies next year. We want them to be long-living, trees that are going to be successful for you as the homeowner, and of course for us, so. Anything else?
Good. Let me, while you're here, we'll, part of the requirement for us to qualify each year for our Tree City USA designation is the fact that we have an urban forest council, that we have standards around which our urban forest is managed, and that we encourage, as you just heard, the planting of trees in a programmatic way. So, and we do that and also issue a proclamation. And the following proclamation really highlights the importance of why communities are called to this as kind of a mission. Whereas in 1872, Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and around the world. And whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cutting heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas, because trees are a source of joy and spiritual renewal, the Lima Urban Forest Council promotes tree planting in memory of those that have passed. And whereas Lima, Ohio has been recognized as a Tree City USA by the National Arbor Day Foundation and desires to continue its tree planting ways. Now therefore, I, David J. Berger, Mayor of the City of Lima, do hereby proclaim April 29th, 2016 as Arbor Day in our community, and urge all citizens to support efforts to care for our trees and woodlands, to support our community's community forestry program, and to plant trees to gladden the hearts and promote the well-being of present and future generations. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the City of Lima this day of April 2016. So, thank you for the work that's underway. And, you know, a few years ago, as we established, it's actually more than a few years ago, when we established the Urban Forest Council, it was really around the time that we had trees being planted along the corridors. And decisions had to be made about what kind of trees that would be. Well, here we are, you know, 15, 18 years later, and I think everybody can see at this time of the year the value of the decisions that got made. We've got all these flowering trees now along the corridors in the city, and I think that really does, I mean, it's a great example of the beautification that it's been accomplished and why it's important for us in a programmatic way to address these issues. We also have had in the last several years the losses associated with the emerald ash borer. And so we've got all these ash trees around our community that have died and are being removed. And here's an opportunity to replace them, hopefully with species that'll be able to withstand whatever the nuisance bugs are that are going to be coming our way as well. So we appreciate the work of the Urban Forest Council, and hopefully people will step up and buy trees and plant them.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. Reverend David Harris is here. He's representing a newly organizing group in our community and that has some upcoming opportunities for the community.
Thank you, Mayor Berger. I'm Pastor Dave Harris, and I'm pleased to announce the formation of an Interfaith fellowship aimed at bringing understanding and unity among the various religions of our community. In our fellowship gatherings, we have enjoyed the presence of Christian, both Protestant and Catholic, Jewish, Muslim, Hindu, and Unitarian Universalists from across the Lima-Allen County area. We have some events planned for our community. The first is an Interfaith National Day of Prayer, Thursday, May 5th at 7 p.m. at the Civic Center. Many of us know that for some years in our nation, our presidents have called for a National Day of Prayer on the first Thursday of May each year for persons of all faith. So we're offering an event for all to attend and to share. So far, our list includes all of the faiths that I just mentioned a few minutes ago. Each faith group, in turn, will pray for our world and for our nation and for our community. This will be a wonderful opportunity to experience the rich religious diversity of our community and to enjoy the unity of being neighbors and fellow citizens, all praying for a stronger community and nation and a more peaceful world. In addition, some educational forums are being planned for the summer to help our community learn more about our neighbors' faith. and these will be promoted through various news networks. But again, the Interfaith National Day of Prayer event is Thursday, May 5th at 7 p.m. at the Civic Center, and all are welcome and encouraged to attend. Thank you.
Reverend Harris, if there is a faith group that's not now engaged, I think there's the opportunity for them to make contact and
Right,
become involved.
right. They can contact me or Pastor Mark Rich at Market Street Presbyterian Church sometime in the next week, because we do want to, make our plans specifically who will be involved, but any faith groups are welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I don't think anybody is presuming that we know everyone in the region, nor the faith that they participate in. So I think the opportunity that's here is an open one, and so those that may be of a faith that's not now involved should make contact, and they can become involved and be explicitly recognized as a part of the event. David Adams, former city councilman and now volunteer extraordinaire, is here to with an announcement about public officials dialogue.
It occurred to me as I was listening to the previous presenters that there are a lot of themes here that seem to me to be overlapping. One, of course, is, I say, April is National Poetry Month. This coming Saturday is the 400th anniversary of the death of William Shakespeare, arguably the most important poet in the English language. And we have three guys here, all named Dave, who are dressed this morning in khaki slacks, so we can form a club, it seems to me. But let me turn to the reason I'm here this morning and never mind any more allusions to events in our lives. Next week, in fact, a week from today, Wednesday, April 27th, at 12 o'clock, the Allen County Lima Public Officials Dialogue Lunch will be held, the quarterly lunch. These dialogues began 13 years ago, this month in 2003. It is an outgrowth of the Common Threads enterprise in Allen County, and we are delighted to be continuing now with our 122nd dialogue event for public officials in Allen County and Lima. And as I say most every time I'm here, knocking on wood, thus far without altercation. So we hope for another one next week. Again, that's Wednesday, April 27th at noon at the Allen County Chamber of Commerce in the Suite 100 downstairs, first floor. Our keynote speaker will be Lima Police Department Sergeant Jason Garlock, who will be talking about the renewal of community-oriented policing in Lima neighborhoods. So all public officials, elected, appointed, or self-appointed, are invited to attend. We look for a good turnout, and we hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you. I thought for sure that you were going to recite a sonnet.
Beg pardon?
I thought for sure you were going to recite a sonnet. You're ready. All right. You gave up the mic, so. Well, we appreciate everybody's time this morning. We'll break down for interviews. Thank you.